Hi, water signs. So, if you clicked on my face and you're listening to my voice, then you know why I'm here. I wanted to do this easy little thing that I just thought was super unique and cool to do. I want you to hold a specific person or situation in your mind and in your heart. And I'm going to pull some cards on if they regret either what they did to you or what they said or how they moved with you or anything like that. This can just be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be career, business, coworkers, family, fill in the blank here. Okay, my name is B. Just in case if you're new around here, hey, how you doing? What's up? If you're accustomed to being here, welcome back, family. Love this for us. We're growing. Yeah. So drop down below in the description box. I'm open for personal readings and all of that good fun jazz. Blah 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 blah. And yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into why we're here. You ready? So deep breath. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle a little bit. I want you to hold in your mind and in your heart a particular person, a particular situation, okay? Or any instance where you might have wondered if they regret how they moved, what they said, what they did, what they didn't do, or anything like that. So far, all of the things have been pretty interesting, I'll say. This is going to be for water signs, sun, moon, rising. Let me just say this before I forget to, because I've been getting asked this. If there is a particular someone on your mind and you know their signs and you might be wondering, okay, do I read for my signs? Do I read for their signs? I like cross watching. How do I set this up? I always tell you read for your stuff first, and I'm a big advocate for read for your ascendant sign, but I'm also an advocate for read for whatever the fuck resonate for you. So if you feel like my ascendant sign don't resonate, but I like to read for my moon, fine. If you feel like my moon don't resonate, I like to read for my sun. All I know is my sun sign. That's fine too. But read for yourself first, and then jump over to whoever you might cross watch for, their signs, their placements, blah 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 blah. Sometimes your stuff don't resonate, and you can jump over there and it might resonate. Sometimes it resonate and you like me and you just a little nosy and you want to know what it's giving over there. That's also fine too, But don't make it complicated on yourself. I'm always advocating for read for your stuff yourself first. Cool, cool. All right. So, give me some cards. Give me one card for a yes or no. Do they regret what they did or said or moved or how they handled or didn't handle water signs? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces placements. Y'all's might be similar to fire signs. Give me one more card. The Emperor came out reversed. Um, Fire signs, I believe, if I remember correctly, didn't get a yes or no answer. Theirs was more like whoever fire signs had on their mind and on their heart really was kind of putting the energy back on fire signs. This feels already out the gate like a very excusatory energy. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm channeling the energy of the Emperor reverse, I'm picking up somebody who it feels less about them being remorseful and regretful, and it feels much more like it was out of my control, or it's out of my control, or I don't have control of myself, my environment, my circumstances, my life. Take it for how it resonates. The moon card is down at the bottom of the deck, so this makes me feel like maybe this is somebody who has their own shadow work. Water signs, one thing I do know about y'all is whoever it is, romantically, friends, or whatever, y'all do have a tendency to gravitate to people who might need their own shit worked through. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term. Um, but this does feel like somebody who, again, maybe was going through something. Like, again, the moon card down at the bottom of the deck can be unhealed trauma, but it can also be substances. So let's say, for instance, maybe this is someone who feels like, well, I really wasn't in control. I was under the influence. So whatever the situation was, do I regret it? It's less about me feeling regretful and more about me just excusing or justifying or simply just feeling like, well, I just simply wasn't in control of myself. I was drunk. So I can't necessarily say I regret what I said, but my statement, my response, my energy to that, right, is I was drunk and I didn't control myself. I was triggered. So do I regret slashing your tires, nah, because you had triggered me and you weren't answering your phone and I lost control of myself. You know what I'm saying? It feels more like that type of energy. I'm not gonna lie. Tell me more. Yeah, this feels like somebody, I heard off they rocker. So this feels like somebody who has a temperament problem and might have an issue with wanting to feel in control. This might have been somebody who maybe felt like you was gonna abandon them. Maybe you did abandon them. And it's like maybe they did something. This temperance card reverse with this emperor reverse though does give me somebody who absolutely might be off their rocker. Right? Going back to the excuse that I said. I don't necessarily feel like I regret what I said to you that night because I couldn't control myself. You know what I'm saying? Like again, Five of Pentacles, right? You wasn't answering the phone, and I thought that you was abandoning me or leaving me because you weren't answering, and I couldn't find you, and I drove past your mama house, and I drove past your sister house, and you weren't home, and by the time I found you, I just blew up. I couldn't control myself. It is what this feels like. I don't necessarily regret flashing your tires because again, I couldn't find you. I felt like you was abandoning me. Uh, I called you. I popped up by your house. You at home. You feel me? Your bedroom light on. So I just thought you was being petty with me. So I smashed your tires because I'm a little off my rocker. That's what this feels like. So this feels like again someone who might not. It feels less about trying to justify. Maybe and again, maybe this is just the divine message. Maybe this isn't necessarily their energy toward it, but it feels very. This energy feels very. Whoever this is, whatever the situation, this person didn't have all their screws any motherfucking way. So that's like again, that's like asking the crackhead, do they regret stealing your tires? I'm a crackhead. I needed money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This feels a little bit like water signs, making sure that you know who you're dealing with. Making sure that you know who you're dealing with. The chariot here moving into the sun though makes me feel like your energy. The first three cards are like purple, blue, black, darker. The chariot is facing the sun. The chariot is going toward the sun. They're both orange, yellow, very vibrant colors. Uh, does this person regret what they did to you, water signs? No, but I feel like in some weird, freaky way, you had to kind of go through whatever this was to get the way you're going. There's some new beginning, I feel like, especially Cancer. If you're watching this, there's some new beginning that you going toward. Um, you experiencing some delays and some bumps along the road. Take this as one of your bumps along the road. But this feel like, and I've just like I just said, right, y'all. I know I've known water sign placements to gravitate to people who need a certain level of nurturing that they really didn't get from their mama or their family, or that they might just be seeking in general. And they gravitate to y'all. But again, they don't have shit to do with you. They need to get in where they fit in, and that don't mean drain and leech and attached to you. But this feels like you had to kind of learn and how to understand the crazies, to understand how to maneuver detour, right? Sometimes it's like you got to take a detour. You still at the same destination, but there's a detour. So it's like again, you might be getting sent through some detours because you kind of learning how to pick them. Whether it be again, maybe this friendship. Like I said, this don't have to just be romantic. So again, maybe you can start attaching to certain friends, and you like, yeah, I knew that bitch was a little off her rocker. Yeah, but then why is you friends with this crazy ass? Come on now, get away from these people. You know the bitch screws loose. You knew her little screws was loose when y'all was at the club that one time, and you kind of got an inkling. You still just kept kicking it with the bitch. Start leaving these people out in the cold. But it's like learning who you can and can't take with you on your way to the promised land. Water signs, I feel like this is exactly where you're trying to be. This feel, you see how peaceful this look? The sun behind her, her hair all long and luxurious and shit. She look like she meditating in the sun. I feel like that's exactly where you're trying to be, where it's just like I'm balanced, I'm at peace, I'm feeling warm, my energy is warm and it's inviting, and life is warm, and I'm making great friendships, and I'm loved, and life is great, and I feel joyous, and all of that. And it's like, but you gotta learn how to stay away from people who are trying to deliberately bring a rain cloud over the exact sun that you're trying to radiate in. Does that make sense? You might have some Leo in your chart. You might be a Leo with some Cancer in your chart. I'm seeing Sagittarius here. I'm seeing Aries and Capricorn here. Cancer, you're here very prominent, like I said. But it's like learning how to pick them. But again, going back to not getting too lost in the sauce and staying back on track. Is this person remorseful or regretful? This feels like no. This feels like, again, you knew that they was off their rocker, or they knew that they was off their rocker. And if you was to talk to them right now and say, hey, I really don't understand or didn't appreciate how you talked to me that one time. I really didn't appreciate how you handled me that one time. I really didn't appreciate how you handled our conflict or how you spoke to me, or whatever in our relationships. Yeah, you didn't respect my boundaries. This feels like somebody who would just literally justify it. Not gonna lie. This feels like somebody who would, I'm gonna be real, blame you for triggering them before understanding that it's something that they need to work on. You know what I'm saying? You know them people and shit. They fly off the handle and talk to you all bad and wild and shit, and you like, I didn't really appreciate. Oh, well, I mean, but you made me mad because you said this, and you know that I don't like when you say that, girl. Don't get over it. Oh, but you triggered me. Get over it. That's the point of the trigger, to work through it, to not fall succumb to it. Cussing me out and calling me, you know what I'm saying? Handling our situation and being so rude and so cruel. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in romantic relationships. Okay, I fell asleep with my light on. I was in the middle of texting you back. I actually literally fell asleep with the light on. That don't mean you pull up at my house and you stab my tires. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this feels like a motherfucker who will go, oh, well, I mean, I was calling you and then you weren't answering, and then I popped back by the house, and then when I saw you was at the house, and then I saw that your light was on, and then it really just made me spaz because then I thought you was awake, but you was just ignoring me, and it's like, okay, but did you hear what I said? Did you you know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to peace. I'm over here trying to get peace and radiating the sun, and you want to be what? Stabbing my tires and popping by my house and making big issues and shit in front of my neighbors. You know, my kids stay here and shit. Like, come on now. All because what? Because you feeling like you being left out in the cold, or because of some insecurity, because of some lack. Five of Pentacles ain't even just about, for me, lack of finances. Five of Pentacles can also mean a lack of mental stability, lack of stability in general. Emotional, mental, physical, financial stability, a lack of it. Abandonment, being left out in the cold, feeling left out in the cold. You ignored me. I was calling you. I wanted to do this. That's what this feels like. I'm gonna be honest. Give me something for this Emperor reverse. Yeah, death card reverse, because someone has an issue with like a lack in control. It's kind of feel like it was stemming from abandonment, or again just feeling like being left out in the cold. But the death card is reversed. This is someone who didn't want things to end, doesn't want things to end. But it also feels like, yeah, what I just said, didn't want things to end, doesn't want things to end with this justice card. Like I said, yeah, but it's like they also kind of got like a weird way of doing it. Whoever this is. Again, let's use the crazy girlfriend trope. Let's say the bitch did flash your tires, but it's like, oh, because I've been abandoned all my life and men always leave me, so I just thought you was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this feels like. A lack of control. I'm not in control of myself. Now I'm not in control of what my actions and how my actions are harming others. Now I'm acting selfishly because, again, I don't really know how to let that part of myself die, or because this is a relationship that I don't want to let die. And sometimes it don't even be given all of that. Again, sometimes it's like, bitch, I fell asleep in the middle of texting you back with the motherfucking light on, bitch. Just because you kept calling me, oh, you didn't answer your phone. Right. You didn't just hear me say I was asleep with the light on. I just told you I was asleep with the light on. Why would you drive past my house and then flatten my tires? Oh, because I just, thought maybe it was some water signs. Stay away from people that you know be off their rocker. Yeah, the wheel card reverse. The King of Swords reverse. Again, so yeah, this is a dual energy of people be off their rocker. Four of Cups. Understand that God's rejection is God's protection, and also knowing how to say no to things that you know isn't really in alignment with you anyway. The Empress card also fell out on this, so it's also given, like I said, for one, you kind of had to move away from this. But this feels like I said, a bump in the road on the destiny to your journey. Whatever you want, whatever you trying to peace in the sun and meditate in the sun with the warmth and the balance and shit. I do feel like you're going to have it. Okay, you're on your way there. Don't let this bump in the road kind of keep you from feeling like you're on the way there. But it's like you kind of had to go through this so you can kind of really understand too. Again, if you want to meditate in the sun, stay away from people who are bringing a dark cloud over it. Stop latching yourself to these people, friends, relationships, whatever. When you know a motherfucker going through it and they just so down bad and down on their dick, that don't mean you go be Captain Save-A-Ho. Leave these motherfuckers where they at, because they are not going to do nothing but try to pull you down. The closer you trying to reach for the sun, they still trying to bring you back down to the darkness. No, you trying to get to the sun. Gravitate and move toward people who also feel like the sun. It's like you kind of be carrying around sun energy. You're warm and you're loving and people like you and you're so nurturing, and then you attract a bunch of dark people. Remember that. Opposites attract. Darkness has a tendency to try to overcome the light. Don't let your light be succumb to the darkness. You know what I'm saying? And even deeper, again, let's not even, because of course we'll never have night if the sun always out, right? So that's already one thing. But let's talk about your own internal light. You think people aren't attracted to your light like moths to a flame? Be careful of that, man. You got people out here who spirit nasty, energy nasty, mentally nasty. They don't mean well. They miserable. They hate themselves. They hate their life. Half people, you know what I'm saying, wanting to kill themselves, whether literally or substantially. Stop letting these people latch onto your light and then bring you down to the darkness. These are two different energy vibes when you look at them, ain't it? You see how she's sitting down, it's all dark, black, and blue and shit, her head covered. You don't even see her motherfucking face. You see the difference in the sun energy, how she's standing up and her hair glowing and shit look luxurious and it look peaceful, and these mountains in the back look real balanced and the sun look real warm. She look real happy here. Be careful of that, man. Because these people really be off their rocker. This ain't just no hee ha ha shit. Oh, no. He said I can't get, you know what I'm saying? If I don't answer the phone, he gon'. That's not cute, man. That's not. Stop letting these dark energy people come suck up your light and then be obsessed with you and want to possess you and keep you in control because they can't control them motherfucking selves. They got all type of demons and shit. They trying to come latch on to you. Keep these motherfuckers the fuck away from you. They don't have shit anyway. As you can see, Five of Pentacles, they don't ever be having shit. These are a bunch of motherfuckers that don't add nothing to your life. A bunch of motherfuckers who don't have control over their own self, not happy with their own life, and want to come try to control you to feel like they in control of something. Fuck all of that. Give me something on this sun card. We're gonna get up out of here. Give me something for this sun, for my water signs. Page of Cups, yes. Give me this sun card. Do I have my remote over there? Nine of Pentacles, yeah. You're on your way to whatever it is that you want. King of Pentacles is here. So you will find somebody who's really a provider and who really is like stable. You don't have to, that was said, look, Five of Pentacles is about a lack of stability. They don't necessarily just have to be financial. They can be mental, a lack of mental stability, a lack of emotional stability, a lack of stability just overall in self. King of Pentacles is here. You will find somebody who is stable. But see, again, when you realize, water signs, that whoever this is ain't stable, your friend, your coworker, your partner, I don't give a fuck if it ain't romantic and you like, oh, we just having some fun. They need to be stable. Give a damn how much, oh, well, it's not romantically involved. That's real cute. I love that for you. Are they stable? That's a real question. Because if the answer to that is no in any regard, dump their ass and drop them to the curb. But it's like you keep picking up people who aren't stable, whether it be, again, financially, and they don't have no real sense of control in their life, emotionally, because they a little off their motherfucking rocker and they ain't been to therapy, they ain't went and sat on that lady motherfucking couch, and they have all of these demons and all of these hurts and all that little mook mook nim and all of this shit, and they done died and all these people. Child, stay away from these people. Women too, fellas. Stay away from these women. And they crazy in the motherfucking head because they still thinking about all of the people who done loved and left them. Okay, that ain't you though. And that doesn't mean that you have to actually be spared and go through so much off of the hands of whoever previous men and however many daddies and baby daddies and uncles and aunties and cousins and shit that abandoned them. Now they come wreaking muck in your life and causing hell in your life because they feel like, well, because well, you didn't answer the phone, bitch. I don't have to. This my motherfucking bill. It's my phone. You go eat some bonbons, bitch, and watch Sex in the City and wait patiently for me to call you back. I'm asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just be careful. But your hard work will pay off. Nine of Pentacles is here. Page of Cups. The life that you desire, the love that you desire will be yours. You just experiencing some bumps in the road along the way. Cool. Thank you again so much for watching my channel. If you've gotten this far, I deeply appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if this resonated. And yeah, man, like I said, stay away from motherfuckers who need to be in the loony bin. Okay? These people are crazy. These motherfuckers is off their rocker. In this giving, if you listen to your intuition, water signs, you've known that. So do they regret it? No, because they was fucking loonier than Looney Tune before you met their ass anyway. It's less about if they regret it and more about did you learn the lesson on how to stop picking up these Looney Tune ass people thinking you can love them back to life. They need to already be in love with life and full of life when you meet them. Because that's the energy you want with that sun card and that chariot. That's the energy you're trying to get to. You just got to teach yourself how to stop picking up bummies and crummies along the way. No, there's no stray dogs. No, you cannot pick up the stray dog. No, it cannot come home with us. It is a stray. Leave it on the corner where you found it. Love you. I'll call y'all back. See y'all in the next video. God damn it. Bye.